Welcome to Breaking News Podcast, where I give you the report on CSEC novels and plays in CPCE. My name is Grace Hudson and I'm an English major in the secondary academic program, and I'm here to chat with you today about CSEC novels and plays. This course explores short stories, novels, and plays that will be done at the CSEC level and equips us with the tools to teach our students. Today, I will be talking about many things, but first, let me explain the assignment that I'm working on. During this edition of the podcast, I am working on the short story Mom Luby and the Social Worker, written by Kristen Hunter. I will explore some outstanding themes in it, as well as discuss how it relates to real life with a personal experience. My next task is to select one of the difficulties that the child in Mom Luby and the Social Worker have found himself in. In that story, it is narrated from the perspective of a 13-year-old called Elijah. Him and his sister Pudding lost their mom and was being raised by Mom Luby. The innocence of the children is emphasized on when they looked up to Mom Luby in admiration of how hard-working and kind she was. But the conflict is introduced immediately after they are asked to lie at the welfare's office so Mom Luby can get a grant. Elijah was at a place wrestling with childhood innocence and facing the reality of an adult situation. Now let me explain what the situation is and how it was resolved. The situation at hand, which is the conflict in this novel, is poverty and the process to receive welfare for children who are not yours biologically. Mom Luby lied about her parentage because she knew she wouldn't even be considered, although she was fulfilling the role of a mother sufficiently. She was working 3 jobs to be able to put food on the table for the family, but in the end still could not get government assistance. The social worker in the story was unmoved despite recognizing and acknowledging Mom Luby's disadvantages. So how can I relate to this in real life? I will identify a similar situation that I'm familiar with within my family. A story I know is where a cousin of mine had lost her mother and only had the option to live with us, which includes my grandmother and I, and my grandmother took the place as her guardian. Now, my grandmother received no assistance, but she had to put in the work to provide for us. My cousin is now a grown woman with a family of her own, but I'm sure she would have seen the struggles of my grandmother with a lower class income as I did, despite our innocence as children. Finally, I will discuss how you deal with the situation if you are given a chance. If I was in that situation, I would do exactly what Mom Luby did. Firstly, because I knew she was trying her best with the children in an unfortunate situation, providing for them at the best of her ability. I would have done the same thing. But she also recognized when she needed help. And that is important in this situation, to recognize when you need help in certain circumstances. Secondly, because I know the children's innocence will make them understand the decisions I make for their own good, as depicted in the story. Although Elijah satirically made a comment about, and I quote, Mom Luby is old like Santa Claus or much older. He didn't ridicule her for asking them to lie, but instead mentally suggested that she put her pride aside and claim to be their grandmother instead, since it would be more believable. In Jan Hunt's article in the Natural Child Project called Children Are Born Innocent, she said, "Children are born innocent. They only want to be loved, to learn, and to contribute. So it's in our best interest as parents and guardians to do what's best for the little ones and not rob them of those bonding moments to help out sometimes." children are more than likely ready and receptive to explanations of the current situation that you're in. So don't ice them out. Don't take them for granted that they will never understand what is going on. They will, and they'll be happy to help. This has been Breaking News Podcast with Grace Hudson. Thank you for listening.